What is your best financial life hack? Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy. Thanks. Story 1. Just drink water. Story 2. Uninstall Grubhub and Doordash from your phone. Story 3. I don't smoke or drink. Saves me a lot of money. Story 4. Bringing packed lunch or always have a snack in my bag. Story 5. Every time you get a raise, hide it. Increase your 401k contribution, or put it into an IRA, or invest in stock, or just put it aside in savings. In other words, don't get used to a higher level of consumption. This is especially important when you're young. Story 6. Act like you always broke. Story 7. Automate your savings to pay yourself first. Story 8. Make an actual budget and stick to it. Story 9. Live below your means. Story 10. Adjust what you think your zero is. Everyone has that "oh shit, I'm broke" number. I just inflated mine, so I think I'm broke when I'm not. If I have $1,000 in my bank account, I treat it like $0. $1,050 is treated like I have only $50. It's weird, but it's been working so far. Story 11. Being single with no kids is the easiest way to double your standard of living. Story 12. Inherit a large amount of money. It's the secret they don't want you to know about. Story 13. Use the library for books, CDs, DVDs, and audiobooks. Story 15. When you have a partner and share finances, but you have different styles of managing money, it's a good idea to keep separate accounts. When my wife and I got married, we agreed that any expense over a certain amount, we would have to discuss and agree to. That amount is fairly low. Low-fee market index funds are the best investment. When you are considering a purchase, give yourself at least 24 hours, if possible, before pulling the trigger. Story 17. Don't buy anything on your credit card you can't pay it off on the same day. Story 18. Minimize your fixed costs. Before you spend, get in the habit of asking if the purchase will increase your well-being or if it is an impulsive buy. Story 19. Eat before you go to the store and always make a list and stick with it. Story 20. Cook my own meals, not eat out. Story 21. Set a new zero. My checking account has $531. $500 is my zero, so I only have $31 to spend. Save as I please. Story 22. Banks are not your financial advisors. Don't take their advices. They are a business and think about their profit. Story 23. If you are good at some time, don't do it for free. I can plant gardens and mulch them. It's relaxing, fun, easy and rewarding. Some people want a nice garden with edges and mulch. Takes me a few minutes to pick out some perennials and order them with a bulk load of mulch and soil. I can drive it to a house, unload, cut out a garden and install the new one within a few hours, then go to a spot and unload to scrap I dug out grass usually. I did this for free for a buddy. His neighbor wanted the same, and I said we could do it. They paid me $500 for a few hours labor and the materials. Now I charge $500 and walk away with $350 profit for a few hours for the same work I was doing for fun on Sunday mornings. Story 25. Think of your future self as a different person you need to help. Every time you're able to save back even $1, it helps your future self out. Story 26. Stop eating. Start photosynthesizing. Story 27. Buy better quality clothes but on sale. Shop at stores like Schmack's and Marshall's, especially if you live in a bigger city next to large malls. They get all of the good stuff that they didn't sell in the mall that season. This way, your clothes will last longer. Story 28. My grandparents are literally millionaires, maybe four-ish. Probably more, however, they live like a pair of paupers. Cut coupons, never buy nice clothes, never go on holidays or have nice meals out. They buy shit gifts, if any, drives a beat-up car. Makes you think, what's the point in having money if you aren't going to enjoy it? He still uses pots and pans from a wedding gift approx late 1960-ish. My grandmother was a head teacher at a school in her working life, so by her own rights she made a good living and has a good pension too. He owns a plant hire company, plumbing company, and he owns rentals too. However, he's tight as fuck with his tenants and does the bare minimum. He would pull a muscle to pick up a penny from the ground. So I have found out that being a tight as is a great hack. I have no idea about inheritance, etc. He will probably want his cash buried with him. But here is an example of his greed. His dog's insurance would not cover a bill for an operation on a tumor. I do know the reason behind it. Think it was like $3,000. However, he refused to pay the $3,000 and opted to get the dog put down that he had for 8 years. as that was the cheaper option even though the prognosis with the operation was like guaranteed success. $3,000 to him was like finding change down the back of a sofa, but he is so cheap he would do this. To this was a family pet and not a working dog or anything. Story 30. Don't spend money on bottled water and drive slower. Story 31. Don't spend money you don't have. It's a revolutionary concept, I know, but it really works wonders. Story 32. Young people should not be ashamed to live at home for longer. It's crazy how much debt some young people are in, and they could be in a lot less debt if they just stayed home longer. I know boomers normalized bragging about kicking your kids out of the house at age 18 and leaving them with no support even though their own parents often helped them buy their first house. Yes, that's actually true, and boomers would prefer that you didn't know this, but that's really not okay. Peas. I'm 53 years old. This post was not made out of self-interest. Story 34. Make your own coffee. Starbucks is expensive, man. Story 35. If you smoke cigarettes, quit. Story 36. Go to free workshops or presentations offered at your college. Most have free food. I ate pizza for weeks just by going to Windows 95 presentations years ago. Story 37. In this climate, if you can survive without it, don't buy it. Story 38. Get a credit card with good rewards and route every purchase through it. Pay it off in full each month and enjoy your free money while simultaneously giving credit card companies the middle finger. Story 39. My top go-to list. Drink water, make coffee and tea at home if you want something fancy, bulk prep meals and freeze for later use. Things like beans and rice, chili, stir-fry, pasta dishes, soups, stews, etc. I use Google to sort out ideas. Buy in bulk, when able, especially for dry store foods like lentils, beans, rice, pasta. I like to go to Asian and Polish stores for big bags of ingredients and for cheap spices. I used to also shop at local Mexican shops back home. Great for good cuts of meat and fresh food. Library for books, CDs, DVDs, and resources on free local events to attend. Walk or take the bus when I'm able. Grow a garden. Simple things like lettuce, potatoes, tomatoes are excellent for fleshing our daily meals. Buy eggs over meat. I'm not a big meat eater at all. Eggs are cheap, can be purchased in bulk, and can be used in tons of recipes, pastas, stir-fries, as sandwiches, boiled and fried, in salads, etc. They're very versatile and are a heck of a lot cheaper than other animal-based proteins. Buy milk, butter, and cheese in bulk or on sale. All can be frozen and are easy to split and store. Buy powdered laundry detergent and wash your clothes on the coldest setting when able. Lately, we've had to use those liquid pods in my house and they're such a waste. They never fully disintegrate, even on recommended settings. Forage. No joke. I like to hit up some spots I know of for raspberries, blackberries, and dandelions. Berries are great to wash and bake, to freeze, or to make preserves. Dandelions can be used from root to head for salads, coffee, salads. They're delicious in a warm salad, soups, teas, etc. Google is excellent for providing more information on how to clean and keep these ingredients. Plus, local groups may offer foraging classes for more mushrooms. Other local flora make for some excellent ingredients and foods. Story 41. Eat before you go shopping. Story 42. Win the lottery as much as possible. Story 43. Meal prep. I cook a big batch of chili and lemon pepper chicken etc. on lazy Sundays. Store all that in Tupperware in my fridge. Then I just cook some rice or boil potatoes etc. as needed. Means I can buy my food in bulk since I cook it all in one go and also less food gets wasted. I still eat and cook smaller different meals occasionally, but 75% of my meals through the week are like this. As an added bonus, I'm less inclined to order takeout because I've got meals in my fridge I can just heat up if I'm lazy. I've found that it's not really the takeout food I want. I just don't want to have to cook. Story 46. Inherit money from others. I know so many people who have this as their plan. They work shit jobs and have no money of their own, but give me tons of financial advice. Story 47. It's not how much you make, it's how much you save. Story 48. I like to not spend $10 bills. Whenever I get a $10, I just save it, and once it gets up to $500, I deposit in the bank and buy something nice with $250 of it and save $250 of it. Story 49. Always bring your own water bottle. I've lived off from refills for 6 months and saved a lot of money. Story 50. Drink water and learn to cook. A lot of communities also have pantry donations and co-ops where you work off your debt for the groceries. But right now where I am, a pound of rice, a pound of beans and a stock will run you about 5 to 10 United States dollars. That can go a long way. Story 51. Pay your credit cards in full every month. Don't overspend. No exceptions. Story 52. If you are young and healthy and have access to an employer-sponsored health plan, go for the high-deductible insurance option and invest the savings in an HSA, triple tax advantage savings account. Story 53. You'll never be able to afford to retire, so just make sure your diet and habits will kill you before you get old. Story 54. Learn to cook. There are plenty of free resources on YouTube. It's healthier and cheaper than eating out. It's a lot of fun too. Story 55. Index funds at an early age. I planned to save every penny I had for 9 years with the goal of saving $500K. It took 12 years. I've rolled that fund twice now. Take risks. Profits over salary. Story 56. Mainly always maxing out my Roth IRA. I feel like not enough people do this.